people are very worried about the Medicaid cuts and the nutrition assistance cuts, and some of these are not, direct cuts to the programs, but um, eligibility restrictions that are going to make it very, very hard to kind of stay on the Medicaid rolls. So what they did was they made it basically so difficult to stay eligible that they're projecting millions of people who are otherwise eligible will fall off the rolls. So that means a lot of pain for a lot of local families, and of course our hospitals and clinics and community health centers that depend on that Medicaid money may have difficulty staying open. So as I've been talking to folks, I've also been talking to the not-for-profit community about the need to make sure everybody knows this is coming and to keep people eligible. So all those forms, if you miss it by a day, you're out. And so we really have to go kind of hand to hand, community to community. Churches, unions, other organizations have to really reach out to their membership, and we all have to reach out to our neighbors to say, if you're eligible, you really have to work hard to stay eligible, because this bill is designed to kind of kick you off the rolls.
Well, and a safety net for fewer is ultimately worse for those who of great fortune and great wealth. What can you do to go back to Washington and help to make that clear to both sides of the aisle?
Well, I think we need to do two things. First, locally, we really just need to make sure as many people as possible remain eligible. And then I'm also working with Josh Green and the county mayors and the legislative leaders to kind of maneuver the healthcare system itself through this process. I think about what Calvin Say used to say, be like the bamboo, bend but don't break. And so we want to make sure these institutions, Papa'ololokahi, Hawaii Health Systems Corporation, all of our rural hospitals and clinics stay functional. They may not be able to provide the same level of care, but they have to survive this moment. And then I think, look, this bill is super unpopular among Republicans, Democrats, and independents. And so over the short run, we have to make the case to make it continue to be more and more unpopular. And then over the medium term, I do think there are some Republicans who immediately have reservations about the thing they just voted for. So there may be an opportunity to amend or even repeal parts of it.